Namaskaram friends. So in this video I am going to talk about treaty on the prohibition of nuclear weapon. Why this treaty is very important, because we know that in the world nowadays many developed countries build up nuclear weapon, and currently it is such a huge number of nuclear weapon is present on the globe. Is if they use just 10 to 20% of this, the whole planet is going to destroy. So it is very important that we have to make a treaty, and also make countries which are nuclear holder countries or which have a potential to build nuclear weapon come under the treaty and sign that treaty, so that we try to prohibit it, and whatever nuclear weapon made up till now, we try to eliminate it. So this treaty is very very important for the sake of the humanity, for the sake of the prosperity of the whole world, because human being try to you can say achieve every types of goal, try to achieve every types of joy and happiness within them. And nuclear weapon and other, like say, violence types of activity create a hampering in the growth of humanity. So the ultimate aim of our life is we try to achieve the ultimate aim of our life, or try to know the mystery of the creation, understand each and every magical phenomena of the creation. And all types of violence play a very, like, act like a obstacle in our path, and nuclear weapon is one of them, one of the major portion in it. So we have to sign a treaty to ban it, prohibit it, or eliminate it. Okay, so that's why this treaty is very important. In 2017, it is signed and ratified, but it is come into force in 2021. And but the side party, many countries who are nuclear, who have nuclear weapons, and also NATO countries are not participating in it, accepting Netherlands. So now we are going to talk about what is a treaty on prohibition on nuclear weapon or nuclear weapon ban treaty, and its few important, you can say, key points. So the treaty on the prohibition of nuclear weapon, TPNW, or the nuclear weapon ban treaty, is the first, remember, first legally binding international agreement, first legally binding international agreement to comprehensively. Earlier, when treaty is signed, not comprehensively, they talk about ban on nuclear weapon, but it is the first legally binding international agreement to comprehensively prohibit nuclear weapon, with the ultimate goal of being their total elimination. So initially they try to prohibit with it, but ultimate goal is total elimination. So remember, first legally binding international agreement to comprehensively prohibit nuclear weapon with the ultimate goal of being total elimination. Remember, very important. Next one is, it is adopted in July 17, open for signature on 20 September 2017, and enter into force on 2021. That means they waited for 4 years. That means nuclear holder country as well as NATO country sign it and ratified it, but not happen. So it is adopted in 2017, July 2017, signature open for signature in September 2017, and entered into force on January 2021. For those nations that are a party to it, if any nation are party to it, the treaty prohibit the nuclear ban treaty prohibit development. You can't develop. That means if you have nuclear weapon, you can't try to enhance its capability, test it, produce new weapons, stockpiling, not, you can say, store it, stationing, not stationing anywhere, no transfer, use and threat of use of nuclear weapon. That means you can't use nuclear weapon uh, to threaten other country, and also use it to destroy any country or any other region, as well as assistance and encouragement to the prohibited activity. That means if this activity is prohibited, you can't assist and encourage other countries who are not participating in it to build the nuclear weapon. So if you are a member of the treaty, it implies many restrictions. You can't develop it, no test it, no produce, no stockpiling, no stationing, no transfer, and no use and threat of use of nuclear weapon, as well as assistance and no assistance in encouragement to the prohibited activity. This is in this treaty, there are some activities which are prohibited, so you can't do that. Okay. Next one is for nuclear armed states. States who have nuclear arms, for nuclear armed state joining the, for nuclear state joining the treaty, if any nuclear armed state join the treaty, it provides for the time bound framework for negotiation. If, let's say, this is the you can say prohibition of prohibited activity in a list, but if any nuclear armed state join the treaty, it provides for the time bound framework for negotiation. That country have a given a time-bound framework for negotiation, leading to a verified and irreversible elimination. Remember, verified as well as irreversible. That means any group of people go in that country and verified that yes, that country are going on the path of eliminating and prohibited the nuclear weapon as well as irreversible elimination. If that nuclear nuclear weapon are eliminated for that country, this is there is no way possible to reverse it of its nuclear weapon program. Okay, so if any nuclear armed state join this treaty, so they give a time-bound framework for verified and complete elimination of nuclear weapon and also irreversible elimination. Remember it. Next one is 69 nations did not vote on this treaty. 69 nations did not vote, and among them 69 and among the 69 nations, all of nuclear weapon state and all NATO member. So these are important because state where nuclear weapon, if they not expanded, they not signed that, what is the significance of it? And also all NATO member except Netherlands, all NATO member and all nuclear weapon state are not signing this treaty. So it is a bad situation. It is a bad thing. Okay. So in this picture you can clearly see nuclear weapon. Okay. People build it to destroy the planet. So you can understand the mind of the people. They do not try to create a peaceful environment around them. They try to threaten it. See, it is not negative if any country develop it, but use to destroy the, you can say, infringe element, or you can say non-social element. So it is good, but people try to destroy the whole planet. Okay, and it is also, you can say, we have to come to a table. Each and every leader of a country come to a table, collaborate on it. Just that if we do not develop a nuclear weapon, but through other means we try to solve our problem. Even it is war, even it is any violence types of situation, but we destroy. We do not use the nuclear weapon because nuclear weapon destroy the whole planet where we live. Let's say if firing happen, if gunfight happen, all these things are not destroying the humanity, destroying the whole social fabric, but not destroying the planet. So nuclear weapon destroying, or you can say deploy the nuclear weapon, is a big, you can say, threat for the whole planet Earth, not for any country, not for any country, not for any particular region, but for the whole world. That's why it is important that all leader of all country, and most importantly country who have currently have a nuclear weapon, and all NATO countries come together, take discussion on it, and use their economic policy, their diplomatic policy, their cultural, whatever, which country is, you can say, significant, or which country is important in which sector, or which country is take, you can say, forward step in which area. They try to use it for their well-being as well for well-being of the other nation. So it is very important. We have to country, not we have to, NATO country and other nuclear holder country rectify it, sign it, and implement it for the well-being of the humanity. So now we are going to solve one question only. And remember, key point related is 69 member not participated, not signed this, and in this all nuclear holding country and all NATO country except Netherlands are present in these 69 countries who are not signing this treaty. Okay. So now we are going to solve one question based on it. Consider the following statement regarding treaty on the prohibition of nuclear weapon. First one is, for those nations that are party to it. Let's say India is a nuclear holder country. If India is a party to it, the treaty prohibits the development, testing, production, stockpiling, transfer, and use of nuclear weapons. Yes, this one is correct. Not all nuclear weapon nations have signed the treaty. Yes, this one is also correct. Not all nuclear weapons, except Netherlands. No other country has signed this treaty. It is not a legally binding agreement. No, it is a legally binding. That means this one is wrong. That means option 1 and 2 is correct. Just check. That means option A is correct. Statement 1 and 2 is correct. That means option A is correct. Just check we are on the right path or not. Option A is correct. That means we are on the right path. So I hope you understand the nitty-gritty of nuclear ban treaty, its importance, and what is the way forward for the humanity, for the future generation. So I hope you love it, you enjoy it, and gain some perspective, some knowledge out of it. So namaskaram. Thank you.